So, you're planning a trip to Thailand, the incredible land of smiles? Well, you've come to the right place. We are about to unlock everything you need to know, from diving into that world-famous street food scene to really understanding the unique cultural rules that make the country so special. To make sure you have the absolute best experience, we're going to cover three key things. First up, we'll dive deep into Thailand's legendary food scene. Then, we'll talk about the unspoken social rules. And finally, we'll wrap up with some absolutely essential tips for a smooth trip.
Okay, first things first, the food. You have to understand, in Thailand, street food isn't just a quick bite, it's a huge part of the culture. And we're going to start with a true living legend.
In the entire universe of Bangkok street food, one name, honestly, just stands above all the rest: Jay Phai. She's an icon running the very first and, get this, the only street stall in the city to earn a coveted Michelin star. This isn't just grabbing dinner, it's a full-on culinary event.
So, what is all the hype about? Well, her signature crab omelet is just overflowing with sweet, fresh crab meat, and you can watch her cook right there on the street, flames leaping from the wok with her trademark ski goggles on. Now, you got to be prepared to wait, and yeah, you'll pay a premium, but trust me, it's an experience you will not forget.
But hey, you don't need a Michelin star to find unbelievable food in Bangkok. The entire city is basically a paradise for food lovers. But there are a few neighborhoods that are absolute must-visits. Over in Yaowarat, Bangkok's Chinatown, it's just this amazing sensory overload of bright neon signs and the sound of sizzling woks everywhere. For a more local, daytime vibe, you should definitely hit Wong Long Market, right by the river. And for something really unique, check out Boat Noodle Alley, where they serve these tiny, super flavorful bowls that let you try a whole bunch at once.
Of course, there's so much more to Thailand than just its capital city. So if your travels are taking you south to the beaches or maybe north up into the mountains, don't worry, the amazing street food is going to follow you. Down in Phuket's Old Town, the Sunday Walking Street has this fantastic mix of southern Thai specialties you've got to try. And way up in Chiang Mai, you have to go to the Chang Pak Gate and find the famous cowboy hat lady. Her braised pork leg over rice, it's legendary. It just melts in your mouth.
So how do you eat smart? It's actually pretty simple. Look for the busiest stalls. A long line of locals is always your best guide. Make sure you can watch them cook it fresh right in front of you. And hey, if you can't handle the heat, just say "my pit." That means not spicy. And a big one, always carry small bills because most vendors are cash only. All right, let's move beyond the incredible food. Understanding a few cultural basics is really going to make your interactions so much smoother. In Thai culture, showing respect is deeply, deeply valued. And here's what you need to know. When you're visiting temples, modesty is the name of the game. So always cover your shoulders and knees. You'll also need to take off your shoes before you go into any temple building, and honestly, most homes for that matter. And remember, Buddha images are sacred, so you want to treat them with the utmost reverence. You know, in Thai culture, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body, and the feet are the lowest. So a big one is to never, ever touch someone's head, and try to avoid pointing your feet at people or religious icons. Even money gets a ton of respect. Since it has the king's image on it, you never want to step on it.
A few little everyday manners will go a really long way. You'll often be greeted with a "why." It's that polite gesture with the palms together. It's always courteous to return it. Always ask before taking someone's picture. And just remember, Thailand is a pretty conservative culture, so it's best to keep public displays of affection to a minimum. And always, always bargain with a smile.
Okay, now for a very, very important section. We're going to shift gears from social etiquette to some hard and fast legal lines you absolutely need to be aware of as a visitor. So please, pay close attention here.
First and foremost is something called the law of lèse majesté. This law makes it a very serious criminal offense to criticize or insult the monarchy. And this applies to everything, things you say, things you write, or even things you share online.
The law itself is Section 112, and the takeaway for visitors is just simple. Do not make any negative comments about the royal family. Full stop. You'll also notice that the royal anthem plays before movies in the cinema. As a sign of respect, you should stand up with everyone else.
This next one is critical and it trips up travelers all the time. Vaping is completely illegal in Thailand. Bringing an e-cigarette into the country, having one, or using one can lead to some really hefty fines and even arrest. The safest bet? Just leave it at home. It's not worth it.
Okay, we've covered food, we've covered culture, and we've covered the law. Now let's pull all of that together into one final checklist to make sure your trip is absolutely amazing.
Here's a classic situation you might run into. A tuk-tuk driver offers you a city tour for a price that just seems way too good to be true. That is a huge red flag. It's almost always a setup to take you to a bunch of gem or tailor shops where they get a commission. Your best move? Just politely say no and then opt for a metered taxi or use a ride-sharing app like Grab.
And for our final pointers, in Bangkok, the traffic can be absolutely insane. So use the BTS SkyTrain or the MRT subway to get around quickly. ATMs are easy to find, but remember our tip about keeping small notes handy for street food and markets. And for your health, just stick to bottled water and always have some hand sanitizer with you.
So there you have it, your playbook for an absolutely incredible trip to Thailand. You're ready to eat amazing food, navigate the culture with respect, and travel smart. The only question left is the one on your screen. What story will you bring home?